Alright guys, I'm back and I got something here by Kansept. This is the Little Main Street. What? What? Oh, when am I gonna start actually reading specs online? The fuck? How often am I guilty of not reading? This would be a cool design if it was sized for human beings.
2 weeks later.
Yeah, alright guys, so I'm back, and you remember my purchasing fiasco with the Little Main Street by Kansept. A nice knife if you are a tiny person. But, you know, here it is, and I had to correct this. So, I have here the Main Street. Yeah, the real Main Street. Pick this up from Blade HQ. Now here on the name it says light blue. On the listing on Blade HQ it says Tiffany blue. It's blue. We're blue. It's just the flag, man. Anyway, let's get into this. And let's compare the Main Street, the Main Street, the actual Main Street, the real deal, to the Little Main Street. Packaging is, of course, the same. This, by the way, funded entirely by my amazing, awesome team of Patreon supporters. So let me thank them up front right now. Please consider joining in, chipping in, joining that amazing team of people that brings so much of the content you see to life. Oh, this is good. Okay, so this is just, yeah. All right, there's all the stuff. There we go. The Kansept warranty, stuff, use and care, and then nothing. Oh, this already feels so much heavier. Like the packaging on Kansept, which I keep mispronouncing as Kansept. Is this real leather? Seems like it. I don't know. All right. Open the pouch, and ooh, chorus of angels. It's a real size knife. Look at that. Now, you know, I believe personally that this is dyed Ghost Jade, you know, Ghost G10. I'm not entirely sure because I've never seen a translucent blue G10 before, but I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This comes in, so the Main Street itself comes in many different, like from a blue marbleized carbon fiber all the way through several G10 colors. And a micarta. I saw this. Now they have the regular kind of ghost jade color, but I saw this and I had to have it. I had to have it. This handle is not available in the black finish, but just look at the difference between the little guy, the mini me, and the full size, and the difference in price. So this little guy was $66. Remember that, free shipping. This guy was $79. So just a little tiny increase in price, but you get like almost twice the knife. Look at that. And I paid for it. It would have been shipped for free from Blade HQ. I paid for 2-day UPS shipping, 2-day air, because I wanted to. And credit to UPS, with all of the flood weather and everything, they got it to me in 2 days. I don't think USPS would have pulled that off. I don't. So look at that. So let's put it down. Let's get the Mighty Mouse. Let's put that right there. And you can see, I want to make sure we get them butt to butt. You can see the difference in the size there. For what, $12, $13 difference, you get like twice the knife. And they're the same materials. 154 cm blade, G10 scales. Yeah. But you end up getting one that fits the hand so much. Oh, this is exactly what I was hoping for. This is exactly the knife that I wanted to see out of, you know, when I ordered this thing without reading. Oh, that is smooth. so much easier to open with my hand size and everything. It is nice and slick, drop shutty. It's still pretty slim, which, take that as you like it, good or bad. You can see the translucentness. You see the skeletonizing holes in the steel liner below. I love this color. This is like, instead of a green jade, it is like a blue jade. We still have the inset steel on both sides, so that's kind of what's helping it be so slim, is that instead of just putting these slabs of G10 on top of steel, it's milled out, and you have the steel liner inside. And that's like I think I've mentioned this before. Working with G10, that's an expensive process. They're gonna eat through bits doing that, and that's, you need this is probably done CNC. So you have a computer-controlled mill that's doing all that very precisely to a very precise depth to get that in there. It's actually a lot easier to get your hand. If you look here, you have a recessed area on the scale there to get your hand on the lock. No such thing on the little micro guy. It's basically flush with the scale, which it's doable, but it puts more pressure on your thumb, and this is so much easier to unlock, and it just feels so much better. It's got a tight detent, I'm not gonna lie. It's not gonna come out accidentally, but it just rockets out. The detent is perfect. Just a little bit of pressure on the thumbs and it's out. In terms of features, it's identical but bigger. So we've got that cut-in internal jimping, which you can see here into the scale. Love it. The reason I think this is dyed, by the way, the reason I'm saying that, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, you can see a little bit of the color kind of on the internal there, a little bit more ghosty in some kind of patchy areas, which leads me to believe that this is in fact ghost jade that has been dyed blue. Very nicely done, not complaining. And I still have to do that video about dyeing G10, but this is a great example of what can be done, because I've never seen G10 done in this color anywhere from any source ever. But just like we have the kind of interesting jimping on the spine of the blade here, we've got it over here. And that just feels, that feels great. Same Warncliffe blade, but, instead of 2 inches, you've got a little over 3. Is it 3.4 something? You've got enough blade to really get into a task and do what you got to do. And it's got a nice tumble finish there, which looks really good. Their dark kind of tumbled finish looks really good too. There are models of the full-size Main Street available with the dark tumble finish, just not with this handle, which I am falling more in love with the more I look at it. And I probably will fully disassemble it at some point and look in and see if I can really determine, is it dyed? The one way to know would be to grind on it and see what color's on the inside, but I'm not going to do that right now because I love this. But this is everything I wanted the Main Street to be. Had I actually read, had I used my literacy skills, I can word good, I would have bought this in the first place, because this was available on Amazon as well at the same price, but with free shipping, it would have taken a week and a few days to get here. So it's not Prime eligible, but free shipping eligible, if you're a Prime member. It was worth it to me to pay the extra, I think it was $6, to pay the Blade HQ UPS, second day air, to get this thing here for this week, to be my Friday video upload. Interestingly enough, one of the differences I just noticed is we still have the 2 back frame screws, but we've got the 1 frame screw up top, which is connected to the stop pin. This stop pin is just fit in there. This has an extra screw, probably just because it needs a little bit more to hold it together. It's a lot bigger, but the action on this thing is great. Fidgety, nice, very slim. Because it's so slim, I do feel that clip in my hand. Not to a point right now of discomfort, but I think using this thing very long term during the day, I would, like, if I was doing a lot of cutting tasks, I think that would be potential hot spot in the hand, especially on the top area. But I do feel, because it's a very slim handle, so I do notice that protruding. Whereas if it was a wider handle that filled out my hand more, a lot more of the grip would go towards the handle, and I wouldn't feel that clip as much. But that slim shape does mean that it's going to take up less space in your pocket when you put it in there. Clip is very durable, but has a springiness to it. I believe the clip is titanium, but it could also be steel. I have to look that up. But so, like, good retention, but you're not gonna rip up the cuff of your pocket trying to get it up and over that. Is that the same on here? Yeah, kind of the same on here. This one's a little bit tighter because it's shorter, so it doesn't have as much material to spring for it, This, I really need both thumb studs to get a nice, good flick to open it up. This one, though, just one, and it opens up. Locks pretty securely. Nice early lock up. Let's see. Oh, that feels beautiful. That is so smooth. It's like cutting cake. It's like nothing. But we have seen some that did pretty good at the money and then struggled cutting some cord. So let's get that out. Let's see. Start with a slice. Oh, like nothing. Nice and clean. Okay. Let's do a pull through. Kind of mid blade there. Now, what I should say is, by the way, when I do this, I should always be going mid blade for just sort of average tension. It's going to be a lot easier just because of the weight and the tension I can put on near the pivot where my hand is. It's going to be a lot harder if I do it over here for the opposite reason. So I'm going to try to do nice and mid blade. Very easy, minimal effort. Still also a nice clean cut. And okay. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. The boo! Very, very nice. You can get a nice finger placement on the spine of the blade for control of the tip if you needed to do that. It is a very fine tip, though. 154 cm doesn't get very brittle. It doesn't get as high Rockwell hardness as some other super steels, but that also means that it doesn't get really brittle. So even though it is a very fine point, I'm not that concerned about chipping it and breaking it through daily use. If I were to drop it directly on the ground on the point, it probably would break. It is a very fine point, though, so it's good for some delicate like tasks if we were to get really fine control. But unless I really jam it into a very hard object or drop it right on it, I'm not too worried about that point breaking, which is a concern with some kind of worn cliff blades like this. But I don't see that happening in the way I would be using this in an EDC type capacity. So I'm just really thrilled to get my hands on this. Oh, this is everything I wanted this to be and should have been, had I possessed the immediate ability to put off instant gratification and read some specs. Let's take a look. Centering is pretty much looking perfect to me. Look at the lock up there. Okay. And I'm going to do it on this so it's not banging directly into the wood table. Not that this table's great or anything, but... does not appear to have shifted, maybe just ever so slightly, I don't know, but no stickiness at all. We come back to right where we were centering wise. No problem with action, and locks up exactly the same it was where it was. No stickiness at all. What a beautiful knife. Oh, lesson learned. You know it would look really good? I'm not going to do this right now, but you can see those holes. Modifying this to drill those holes. Just saying. And then you have just the 3 small holes, by the way, on the lock side. You can see the reflection of those lighter areas on there, but they don't have the holes there. Very much like this knife. Yes, I now have a knife I like. Beautiful, and I would put this in the jade collection. I would, even though it's not a normal jade color. Feels good, cuts well out of. I mean, you take this right out of the box. If you really wanted to be anal about it, I think all this would need is a good stropping. You could put this on a system and like mirror edge that, but for any task, you would need to right out of the box. We haven't done this in a while, have we? Beautiful. Yeah, this thing is ready to go for anything you want it to do right out of the box. Perfect. I will probably give it just a little strappity strap, little strap just because I can. You know, why not? It's very easy to do. But highly put all my weight and force behind this one. Oh, this is everything I wanted you to be. Thank you so much. Kansept. I know it's Kansept. This is the Kansept. This is the can. Yes, we Kansept. Less than $100. 154 cm. Beautiful G10. I mean, very unique color G10. Great mechanics. Absolutely gets my vote. Love this guy. So, I would love to know your thoughts on it, guys. Corrected my mistake. Yay. And I'll tell you what, I absolutely would make this a giveaway knife. I would 100%, except I don't know if I told you this, guys, or before or not, guys, gals, llamas, and assorted others. As soon as Ethan saw this, his eyes lit up, got real wide, and said, "Oh, did you find a knife just in my size for me?" So, yeah. He doesn't do anything with it, but he always wants to know where his little knife is. And those are the small little joys of fatherhood, you know? Should have seen his face when he saw a knife just in his size that I obviously got just for him. And, you know, could have told him the truth of what happened, but nah, screw that. I took my good dad brownie points. Went, of course I saw a knife just in your size and got it just for you. Of course I did that for you, buddy. So, otherwise, believe me, guys, I would totally throw this as a giveaway. And get it in the hands of some people who appreciate smaller blades, but at least for the time being. Look, it's not like he's doing anything with it. He just wants to know he has it. So the blade's going to remain pretty much completely unused. So maybe later. So what do you guys think? So we've got two sizes now of the Kansept of the Main Street. I'd love to know your opinions on the difference in size, of you know, experience you have with it. What do you think of this one? Including scale, color, and everything, the difference between the little and the main street, my inability to actually slow the fuck down and read, or anything like that. I really like this. I'm so glad I got this one. And it's a beautiful addition to the Jade collection. So please discuss in the comments. Let me know what you think. And another big shout out to my Patreon guys. Couldn't do this channel without you. But I also couldn't do the channel without all of you that just watch, who are subscribers, who comment on videos, who like the videos, who make this channel what it is. That's why I end every video by saying, that's a segue. See how I did that? I went from here to here. Yeah. You guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. And I will be back again real soon.